Today's video unique for a few reasons. Reason number one, I'm filming this just a couple of hours before you're going to see it go live. Usually that's not the case, but today definitely the case. This is the day after Halloween. I figured this is applicable because it's scary to some degree. That's a marking, that sticker on the tree, where I bit it on the trail recently, and I've stopped here because this applies to the topic today. Something scary I did in my upgrades to this Ozark Trail Ridge 29. If you're not familiar with this bike, there's going to be some links down in the description. I'll put a link to my base review. I'll put a link to where I did two upgrades, two videos at least, with the pedals, the grips, and then I changed out these tires. Got some nicer, more trail capable tires, and then a little bit of fluff just to match the grip and the pedals. And I've started doing more upgrades, which gets me to today's danger point, and that is this. I decided to be cheap, not because I wanted to, but because the whole point behind my upgrade here on the Ozark Trail Ridge 29, there's a lot of stuff I want to make better. I want a better fork. I want to address this drivetrain, make it even better, even though it's kind of usable out of the box for what it is. There are things that I want to do that cost some money, but I'm going after the low-hanging fruit first. So that meant, after I did the upgrades that, again, I'll link down in the description, a couple of which are fluff, but they were cheap, and I think still improved the bike, I decided to go after the brakes next. And I bought this from a brand that I'm not that happy with, but I thought, I had a set of these. I never used them. I sold them to someone, and they were happy with them. I said, oh, they're a lot better than what I had before. These have mechanical disc brakes, a real stiff, hard pull. They do work, but it's a stiff, hard pull. So I thought, hey, if they're happy with them and they're cheap, I got a super good deal on just this front brake. And I was going to buy the rear brake separate. So I thought I will put this on here and at least it'll be an upgrade, right? I'm making things better. Well, no, cue the Halloween terror that is following, because look, I'm out on the trails and it's fall. You can see the trail here, but let me edit in a picture. Can you tell where the trail is here? Even though I ride these trails every day, well, practically every day, I have a hard time spotting exactly where the trail is. So imagine a new rider out on this trail, and then a new rider that was dumb enough to be like me and mismatched brakes, because I think this is dangerous. This is scary, hence the day after Halloween stuff. So let me tell you how this is scary. This is a hydraulic disc brake. They're known for easy, smooth pulls and a good engagement. When they engage, it's just so easy, effortless to bite this down to hard braking. So easy, so smooth. I can do it. Look at this. I'm resting a thumb here and easily squeezing. Go to a mechanical disc brake. Let me try that same thing. A thumb and a finger, and I am wrenching. I'm having to put a lot of what I can do with these two fingers on here just to squeeze these rear brakes, because there's a cable actuating here, the cable that runs through here and all the way to the back. You can see it moving there. That takes some force. It's mechanical. You're doing a lot of the work to actuate that, where in this case there is fluid in here, mineral oil, and the hydraulics are doing the actuation. It's smooth and easy, and these aren't even the best. Trust me. This is in no way, shape, or form the best. It's minimal good for hydraulic braking. But I do want to say it's dangerous. The front wheel, well, you know what can happen. If you overbrake on the front wheel, I talk to people all the time that ride mountain bike trails that are adults that only use their rear brake. On trails, they never use the front brake, not because it's proper, because you should be using both brakes, but because they had an incident when they were a kid and it scared them. Threw them off the front brake. They won't use it on the trail. They're very cautious. Turns out, even for an experienced rider, I ride these trails all the time, mismatching hydraulic and mechanical is day after Halloween, continue Halloween nightmare stuff. Coming up this trail, my first braking, I let out an audible, oh, because I almost bit in the first brake just without thinking about it. I'm so used to a consistent throw on both sides. And I'll tell you, I think the only thing that saved me, I did make it to the back of the trail and I made it back here, but I was going slow. And I think the only thing that allowed me to even partially acclimate is the fact that I ride scooters. I ride scooters a lot. I have more videos coming up on scooters. And if you are in the United States and you ride mountain bikes and you ride scooters, you will know the rear brake on a mountain bike is on the right. On a scooter, that's opposite. That's the front brake. The rear brake on a scooter is over here on the left. So on a trail, every time I ride a mountain bike or ride the scooter when I'm switching back and forth, I'm always having to do it on the fly, the calculating on my fly. Is this the rear or is this the front? Right rear mountain bike, flip for scooter. I'm always having to think about that. Especially on my new scooter where it's disc brakes on both sides. Some scooters you can tell the rear with the drum brake. So for me, at least I was able to get to the end of the trail before I turned around and thought, you know, I'm just not gonna risk it. I just crashed, I'm not gonna crash again. So I thought I would make this video how dangerous this little simple thing that I did is. Switching brakes, hydraulic for the front, mechanical for the rear. Have you ever done anything like this? And did you too think this is gonna get me in trouble? It's not worth it. I don't want to end up with another sticker on another tree, another point on the trail where I bit it. So I thought I would make this video to ask you, have you done anything like this? And do you agree this is stupid? And also these buckless brakes. You know, well, I'll just leave it at that. These buckless brakes, I'll link them down in the description. They're better than the mechanical disc brakes, but I don't know, little stuff like that had fallen down already just in the little small jaunt that I did here on the trail. I'm having to push that back on. I don't know. We'll see about that. I don't know if I'll use them on the back, but the plan was to stay cheap and make it better and better and better. So, you know, go with this and then eventually go with something better. Or as money comes available and parts come available, you know, take what comes along. And also, I'm using a new microphone today. Let me know how this sounds. I'm hoping it's fighting this wind. It's a very windy day. This is fairly expensive compared to what I normally buy microphone set up. I know you will hear traffic off in the background. Just a little hint here, how close I was to the end of the trail before I shoved my face into it. If a car will go by here, there is a street just down there. And right over in that area there, if a car goes by, you'll see a little flicker from the light on the, how about that? I'm wanting a car to, the one time I want a car to come by, I can't get one to come by. But my car is just right over there. I was just a few curves and dips to the end of the trail before I shoved my face into it and ended up with that. So let me know what you think, how your Halloween was. And if you've continued this scary at any point with mismatching brakes like this, and if you agree that this is dangerous, don't do, because I try to tell you what not to do. Learn from others' mistakes. That's how we evolve as a species, or keep going as a species. So hopefully this will help you out. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching and have a great day.